gay. Bro, what's wrong with this nigga, bro?
He said his girlfriend.
So what to do, YouTube? It's your boy King David in this thing, and I'm back at y'all again with another video. Okay, so before I get going on the video, man, y'all know what to do. Go ahead, hit the like button, and if you're new here, be sure to subscribe one time for your boy, so we can continue to grow like we need to grow on this channel. You know what I mean? So yes, sir, man. Y'all see what the title of the video is, man. Another installment of Fanager talks. We got another Errol Spence fan. Talking reckless, talking crazy, talking like they're a real boxing fan. But at the end of the day, these dudes ain't no real boxing fans, bro. These dudes are simply fans of Errol Spence Jr. That's all, right? And more than likely, they started watching boxing a few days ago, right? You know what I mean? So you know what we gonna do here, man. For those of you who are new to the channel, man, we gonna go ahead. We gonna break down this Fanager's video. You know what I mean? Because if it's one thing that Errol Spence fans are good at, is being consistent with their misinformation. You know what I'm saying? Like, Errol Spence fans are very consistent with misinformation. One thing that you can count on from Errol Spence fans is bad information, right? So I'm gonna break this video down, bro. I'm gonna hit this nigga with some facts. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we gonna get this nigga together, you know what I mean? But you know, the dude we're talking about today, man, is he knows everything. This dude got almost 6,000 subs. You know what I mean? Over 5,000 people subscribe to this dude. You know what I'm saying? I just want y'all to think about that as I'm going in on this video, y'all. But look, man, hey, he knows everything. Look, bro, it's all love at the end of the day, bro. But what you saying is crazy as fuck, and we're gonna break it down, bro. But without further ado, here we go.
Side with the reject. Terence Crawford is a degenerate. Terence Crawford is a reject. People think.
Okay, let's just stop it right there for a second, man. So you can tell when the hate is strong when some of these Errol Spence fans go to name calling. He a reject. You know what I'm saying? He a degenerate. He a reject. Really, bro? The hate is that strong when you gotta resort to name calling? Come on, fam. Come on, fam. Like, the level of bias and the level of hate is just oozing through your veins right now, bro. And then at the same time, for you to call Terence Bud Crawford a degenerate, when the guy you worshiping, the guy you calling daddy, Errol Spence Jr., Mr. Strawberries himself, right? Mr. Drinking and crashing cars and flipping them over. Mr. It's Warm, right? Mr. Kissing guys on live on Instagram. For you to talk about Terence Bud Crawford being a degenerate when the dude you follow indulges in the most degenerate behavior known to man, bruh, I mean, that's like the pot calling the kettle black, don't you think? But you know, we ain't gonna linger here too long, man. Let's go ahead and keep it moving.
I don't see nothing special about this guy. I'm gonna go as far as to say this, and I'm gonna say it. Terence Crawford is mediocre, man.
Goodness gracious, the fanboy and this one is strong, ain't it? I say the fanboy and this one is strong, ain't it? This man literally came out of his mouth and said that Terence Bud Crawford, there's nothing special about Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford is mediocre, according to this nigga. You know what I'm saying? I just want to know, how many two-time lineal champions are mediocre? I just want to know, how many three-division weight world champions are mediocre? How many one-time undisputed champions are mediocre? How many pound-for-pound #1 fighters are mediocre? For anybody to say that Terence Bud Crawford is mediocre and there's nothing special about him, but he's also recognized as the pound-for-pound #1 fighter in the sport right now, what does that say about the rest of the fighters? Right? What does that say about the rest of the fighters if Bud Crawford is mediocre then everybody else is trash? That's literally what that means, right? But you know, let's keep it going though.
Mediocre competition. In order for you to be a special fighter or an elite fighter, you are as good as your competition. If your competition is not elite, if your competition is not special, you are the deciding factor of that. The reason why we say Errol Spence is special is because he fought a special K. Listen to the...
Did this dude just say what I think he just said? Tell me this dude did not just say what I think he just said, y'all. He talks about how Bud's not a special fighter because he hasn't beat anyone special, but then proceeds to name a guy that Bud Crawford stopped quicker and more efficiently than Errol Spence. Are y'all serious? Is this really the best y'all can do? You want to talk about Bud Crawford's resume, but the guy has beat Errol Spence's best opponents quicker and more efficiently than he has, right? So again, this goes back to the earlier comment where you want to talk about how Bud Crawford is mediocre and he's not special and blase, squaze, yakety, schmackety. But if Bud Crawford ain't special, if he's not special and he's mediocre, what does that make everybody else in the sport of boxing? What does that make all the other welterweights that have a much more inferior record than a Terence Bud Crawford? What does that make them? Huh? Somebody make it make sense for me. Right? But dudes like this ain't gonna understand. They're gonna continue to cap until the wheels fall off. But let's keep it going on.
The reason why we say Errol Spence is special is because he fought your Dennis Ugas, who basically retired and made Manny Pacquiao AARP retirement Pac-Man style. Me and you know this to be true.
Wait a minute. Is he talking about the same Dennis Ugas with 4 losses? Did he just say that Errol Spence is special because he beat a guy who had 4 losses before he got in the ring with Errol Spence Jr.? And then he went further to say that Ugas is special because he beat a 40-year-old Manny Pacquiao. I couldn't make this up if I tried, y'all. I couldn't make this bullshit up if I tried. Are y'all serious? Tell me that I gotta be dreaming hearing this bullshit. So Errol Spence is special because he beat your Dennis Ugas. But didn't Terence Crawford beat Sean Porter, who beat your Dennis Ugas? So wouldn't that make Terence Crawford more special than your Dennis Ugas? But you said earlier that Terence Crawford ain't special and that he's mediocre, right? And didn't Terence Crawford knock out Jeff Horn, who also beat Manny Pacquiao? But again, Bud Crawford's not special. I mean, like I said, bro, you can't make this shit up if you tried, bro. But let's keep it going, though.
Spence is special is because Errol Spence retired Lamont Peterson. It wasn't no damn Sergey, whatever the hell his name was. It was Errol Spence that retired him. The reason why Errol Spence is special is because Errol Spence turned Mikey Garcia into a Uber, a Lyft, and a whole lot. Hey, taxi, Tijuana cab driver.
Oh my God, the level of delusion is just next level on this dude, bro. So first of all, Lamont Peterson just retired 4 years after he fought an Errol Spence Jr., right? And then second of all, did this dude just say Earl is special because he stopped Lamont Peterson at the later end of his career, right? And then not only that, but the dude is giving Errol Spence credit for retiring Lamont Peterson, although he was in his mid-30s at the time he fought Errol Spence Jr. So you don't think age had anything to do with Lamont Peterson retiring, right? And then he's speaking about it as if Lamont Peterson wasn't knocked out by Lucas Matisse years prior to that, as if he was an undefeated fighter, right? And then he proceeds to talk about Mikey Garcia. And Mikey Garcia was a good fight. I mean, you know, that was a really good fight. Except for the fact that Mikey Garcia moved up 2 weight classes in order to get in the ring with Errol Spence Jr. That's right, folks. Mikey Garcia had his first fight at welterweight, coming up 2 weight classes from 135 pounds in order to get in the ring with Errol Spence Jr. So how much credit are we supposed to give Errol for a win like that? Right? That would literally be the equivalent to Bud Crawford fighting Gary Russell Jr. Right? Or Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. That would literally be the equivalent to that. But Errol Spence Jr. is special because he beat a lightweight. Yeah. Okay. But anyway, let's keep it going, bro. Because the delusion gets even worse, unfortunately.
This guy. The reason why Errol Spence is special is because Errol Spence turned around and beat the living snot out of after Chris Van Heeren.
Did this motherfucker just say Chris Van Heeren? Yo, this nigga just said Chris Van. He said Errol Spence is special because he beat up Chris Van Heeren. Yo, I can't make this up if I tried, y'all. Hey, I promise you I did not make up this channel. I promise you I didn't create this dude. I promise you I'm not trolling. This dude said Errol Spence is special because he fought Chris Van Heeren. That's why he's special. This dude at the beginning of the video talked about all these guys that Bud didn't fight, or Bud is not special. He's mediocre because he's only fought in mediocre competition. But he's saying that Errol Spence is special because he fought Chris Van Heeren. Can somebody, and I mean anybody, name one guy of any relevance or any significance that Chris Van Heeren has beat? I'll wait. Can anybody name any world titles that Chris Van Heeren has won? I'll wait. Can anybody even name any competitive fights against elite level competitions that Chris Van Heeren has even been in? I mean, y'all gotta make it make sense. I mean, you Errol Spence fans are out of control, bro. Like, you dudes just say anything. Like, this dude came out his face and said that Bud fights mediocre competition earlier on in the video. But then he gonna turn around and name Chris Van Heeren as a credible opponent for Errol Spence Jr. You can't make this shit up, bro. You really can't, man. But let's keep it going, though.
Because this is what people don't understand. Danny Garcia had a way more decorated 140 domination than Terence Crawford ever did because the level of opposition. I mean, just look at the fact that, you know, he fought Lucas Matiste. That in of itself that dominates every opposition that Terence Crawford fought at 140. I mean, Indongo is your ultimate fight. That's your undisputed fight. I mean, come on. If Errol Spence is fighting Indongo, is Indongo still boxing at this point?
You know, these fanboys kill me, bro. They kill me with their nonsense, bro. Let's start with the Danny Garcia. These fanboys bring up Danny Garcia like he's some sort of, like he's a Medal of Honor or something, like a Purple Heart, right? A Danny Garcia fight is a Purple Heart, right? If you look at Danny Garcia's resume, all you'll find on his resume are a bunch of old guys, right? A bunch of old guys and a bunch of over the hill guys, right? Right? And then he said that Danny Garcia was more dominant at 140 than Terence Bud Crawford, but Danny Garcia at his peak only held 2 belts, while Bud Crawford held all 4 belts as undisputed, the first undisputed champion in the modern era, right? So how in the hell could Danny Garcia with 2 belts be more dominant than Terence Bud Crawford at 4 belts? So that's one. And then 2, isn't Danny Garcia the same guy who ran from 140 pounds up to 147 pounds in order to get away from Victor Postal, who was his mandatory, and a Terence Bud Crawford, who was also a guy who just came up from 135 pounds looking for all the smoke, right? Isn't Danny Garcia the same guy who got several gift decisions throughout his career? One being a Mauricio Herrera, a guy anybody barely knows who the fuck that is, right? Right? And then he gives Danny Garcia all this credit for beating Lucas Matisse. But isn't Lucas Matisse the same guy who got knocked out by Victor Postal, who was the same guy who Terence Bud Crawford beat? And let's not forget about the abysmal run for Danny Garcia at 147 pounds. I mean, this guy lost to everybody. He lost to Sean Porter. He lost to Keith Thurman. He lost to Errol Spence Jr. This dude's record is horrible at welterweight, right? But in addition to losing to Sean Porter, that also happens to be the same guy that Bud Crawford stopped, right? But Terence Bud Crawford ain't special. Terence Bud Crawford is mediocre. But all these guys who you're naming as special, Bud Crawford has knocked out the guy who knocked out the guy, right? So, you know, it just goes to show you, bro, how delusional these fanboys are, bro. I mean, the delusion is on 20 with this one here. I mean, it don't even make no damn sense, bro. I just want to know how many unified champions Errol Spence has fought. 0. Right? I just want to know how many times Errol Spence has been undisputed. 0. I just want to know how many times Errol Spence has been a lineal champion. 0. These dudes want to talk all this shit about a Terence Bud Crawford, but they don't understand that by talking shit about Bud, they talking shit about their favorite fighter. As him being a pound for pound #1 fighter in the sport, it means everyone is below him, y'all. But I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to wrap the video right here, man. Let me know what your thoughts is, bro. Hit it up in the comment section below. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. And everybody, and I do mean everybody, be sure to hit that goddamn like button on your way out. But until next time, bro, I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace.
See what I did, you know, compared to what he did. So that's what happened. As soon as the stoppage happened, that's what happened there. Hey, listen. My thing is, who #1 in the welterweight division now?